a meeting between Zelensky, Putin, and Trump, Act Blue funding protests, and child owners? All this and more on the Vasquez Report, and it happens right now. President Trump took questions from reporters on Air Force One as he headed back to the White House from Mar-a-Lago. He discussed a meeting pretty soon at Saudi Arabia between Zelensky, Putin, and himself, discussing the Russia-Ukraine peace deal. Here goes the footage.
Look, we have to have peace, and I'm doing this. Money is one thing. We're going to lose. We spent $350 billion on this, but the big thing, human life. Thousands of people this week, thousands of young soldiers died this week. Hundreds of people died in cities in Ukraine. And we got to get it stopped. It would have never happened if I was president, and it didn't happen. This was not going to happen. By the way, October 7th wouldn't have happened. Inflation wouldn't have happened. The Afghanistan, the way not that they left, but the way that they left, it looks so bad. Probably the most embarrassing day in the history of our country. That wouldn't have happened. A lot of things wouldn't have happened, but it is what it is. I think we're going to have a good time. I think we're going to have a good result in Saudi Arabia, meaning they're hosting the various talks, and we have a lot of good people going out there, and I think Ukraine's going to do well, and I think Russia's going to do well. I think some very big things could happen this week. I hope so.
Before Trump could get there, he sent Secretary of State Marco Rubio in his place. You could see Zelensky and Marco Rubio socializing with the Saudi Arabians right here.
President Volodymyr Zelensky has arrived in Saudi Arabia for meetings with Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman. He is there for a state visit, but will not be attending talks with US officials on ending the war with Russia, which are due to take place on Tuesday. He's sending his team instead. Ahead of the talks, US Secretary of State Marco Rubio said Ukraine should be prepared to do difficult things like the Russians will in order to find peace.
It seemed like he jump-started the negotiations after Trump ended the aid and ended intelligence and ended weapon supply. It's funny how when you get all your stuff taken when you're trying to fight a war that you'll agree to peace. It's funny how that happens. What do you guys think? Yeah, I couldn't believe it when I heard it either. Apparently, Act Blue has funded 5 different companies that are protesting, vandalizing, and destroying property at various Tesla showrooms and outlets and dealerships nationwide. This is in an attempt to get Elon Musk to step away from Doge, stop him from exposing the waste, fraud, and abuse that has been happening throughout the bureaucracy, and apparently with some congressmen receiving illegal kickbacks. We'll find that out at some point. But what do you guys think? I honestly think Elon's doing a great job. Not only is he running X and Tesla, but he's also running SpaceX, and he's also going to help the astronauts come home sooner. They were discussing this on a Fox News interview. You can check it out.
Can you rescue the astronauts?
Yes, we're bringing them back in a few weeks.
There's not near enough attention being paid to this. You're going to get them back?
We're going to get them back.
God bless.
Thank you.
Thank you for all your service, Elon Musk. We appreciate it very much.
And if you want to be honest, he didn't need any of this. He's already rich. He just wants to do it solely for the benefit of the American people and also for the benefit of the country, because without a country, what's the purpose of all this? Trump states as much. He gets talked about a lot. He suffers a lot. He's putting it all on the line for the American people, you and me. And I'm appreciative. I hope you guys are. What's your thoughts on that? Loans going out to child owners? Apparently, Doge has found out that $312 million worth of loans went to business owners that were 11 years old or younger. I can't believe it. It's kind of ridiculous how lengthy the fraud and abuse has become, and I'm grateful for Doge in exposing some of this stuff. And then afterwards, there was news that there was $333 million worth of loans that was given to people that were older than 150. The sources were revealed and it also has been displayed on X by Doge, and it's pretty baffling to me how all this waste, fraud, and abuse hasn't been uncovered until somebody actually cares about the country enough to show the people where their money goes. You know, you work all day, or you pay taxes, and then somebody is that careless with your money. It's kind of disgusting. What are your thoughts on that? Yeah, I don't really talk about this kind of stuff very often, but I had to say something. Apparently, Drake got dissed on the Oscars. Um, Late night talk show host Conan O'Brien said something about Drake during the Oscars about Kendrick Lamar and his beef. I want you to take a look at this.
Well, we're halfway through the show, which means it's time for Kendrick Lamar to come out and call Drake. Don't worry, I'm lawyered up. Anyway.
Wow, I just can't believe it. Things just keep going bad for that guy. I'm sure he'll be fine, but this is a big blow to his music career, or at least for the time being, anyway. Um, I want to know what you guys think about this in the comments. I don't know if she actually believes what she's saying, or she's just trying to get a soundbite or something. But here's Representative Jasmine Crockett saying how entering the country illegally is not a crime. What?
It is not a criminal violation to enter the country illegally. It's not a criminal. It's a crime. It's not a crime, which is why they're so frustrated, because they really want our local law enforcement to go out and round up people when they could be looking out for the murderers and the sexual abusers as well as the robbers. They want them to go and round people up on civil accusations. And so that's why I wanted to point out, don't give me this fake outrage about criminals roaming our streets when you guys stand 10 toes down for the biggest criminal that we have ever seen go into the White
I
House.
want her to keep that same energy for all the soft on crime DAs that are roaming around blue states and letting criminals off and no bail or with soft sentences. Saying that about President Trump, like, all those convictions and no jail time and no fines is because it was a sham trial by a partisan judge. Spare me. Tom Homan and Kristi Noem are going after the worst first. Like, they're chasing down criminals, rapists, murderers, drug dealers. They're sending them back to their home country first. So what is she talking about?
X was the victim of a cyber attack. Apparently, X was downed several times on a DDoS attack. A cyber attack targeted X and its users. The IP addresses were from Ukraine, according to Elon Musk during this interview. Let's check it out.
There was a cyber attack on X today, which shut it down and may have been foreign sourced.
Yes.
It's a big story. You want to give us a moment on that?
Well, we're not sure exactly what happened, but there was a massive cyber attack to try to bring down the X system with IP addresses originating in the Ukraine area.
And the guy is willing to risk his reputation, his business, his livelihood, just to make sure that the country doesn't go broke, and that it's still a country. And not only do you destroy his property and destroy his business and tarnish his name, but now you want to attack a social media platform where not only Democrats but also Republicans and independents all use. Whatever your party affiliation, nobody should try to attack a social media platform, especially one that gives a voice to free speech like X does. I want to know what you guys think in the comments. That's it for the Vasquez Report. I'll see you guys next time.